Hey there, fire signs. It's Shaniqua from What Shaniqua's Into, and we are about to jump into some tarot cards and oracle cards and affirmation cards to see what energy and lessons Spirit has for you guys this week. Fire signs are, of course, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and this is to help supplement the general collective reading that I just did for anybody who wants to get some guidance for the week. If you missed that video and you're interested to see the collective energies, you can click on the card up here. And if you're watching this on IGTV, you can go to my page and the full video will be there. So let's jump in. This week for the tarot cards, we are using the Bonefire Tarot by the lovely Gabby Angus West. And then I also have a couple of other decks here. I have The Universe Has Your Back Oracle Cards by Gabrielle Bernstein, and I also have the Personal Power Oracle deck by Deja Druitt. So I'm really excited to jump in. Let's see what cards we've got. My nose is itching and I feel like I'm about to sneeze, so I'm probably gonna cut that part out, and then I'll see you guys at the reading. Okay guys, I think I've taken care of my sinus issues and we can jump into the cards. So the spread that I made for us this week is 4 cards for the primary tarot spread, and then I pulled a card each from the Affirmation deck by Gabby Bernstein and the Personal Power deck by Deja Druitt. So the tarot spread positions are the best energy to strive to embody this week, the worst energy to work with, and then the energetic ally and the energetic enemy, plus the affirmation and personal power cards. So I just made this spread and I'm really excited to see what cards come up for the first use of it. So let's flip and see. So for the fire signs this week, the best energy to embody is found in the 5 of Pentacles. So that's interesting. The worst energy to work with is 5 of Cups. So you guys got 2 5s. This is going to be a kind of challenging week for you guys right off the bat. But your energetic ally is the Empress. So that's cool. That's a major arcana. So that's a big, deep lesson for you guys this week. And then your energetic enemy, something that's going to kind of pull you off the path that is for your highest and best good, something that's more of a distraction or an indulgence, is ironically found in the 7 of Swords, which is the overall theme or energy of the week from the collective reading. So that's really interesting for the fire signs. You guys are kind of pushing against or going against the grain, right? Which is not that surprising for fire signs. Okay, so let's talk about each card. The 5 of Pentacles is normally about feeling like you can't have something that you need, either because it's not available or the people holding the resources would not be open to sharing them with you. But it's normally a manifestation of some sort of energetic block around a material need. It could even indicate like bad physical health, but a lot of times it's that feeling of lack is a result of some sort of subconscious belief that is reinforcing this notion that we can't have what we need, right? And so as the energy to strive to embody, Spirit is not necessarily going to tell you, hey, I want you to feel like you can't have anything this week. But I do think that it's meant to be a reflection around what you think is possible. It's more a question than like, you should feel like this. Because if you can see the art of the card, there's a girl sitting on some steps that are like covered in snow, and she's wearing a dress, and she has on a helmet, so it's like she's exposed to the elements, she's exposed to the harshness of her reality, but that helmet is like something that a fighter or a warrior would wear. So she's willing to tough it out, she's willing to struggle through it, and she's got the strength to do so. She's got the experience and the capability to struggle, but she doesn't have to. And I say she doesn't have to because behind her, right on the steps that she's sitting on, is an open door leading to an inside dwelling with like a fireplace burning, right? So this is very much like asking you, fire signs, this week to the word indulge is coming in, and that's not normally associated with the Five of Pentacles, but that's kind of what I'm picking up. You guys are limiting yourselves in some way because you're convinced that there's no other option or possibility. And this week, the best energy to work with, the best energy to embody is that of the resources that I need are available to me. So try and see what you can do to flip that mindset, because the worst energy for you to work with is found in the Five of Cups. And this is emotional loss. This is something that your heart is in pain, you feel bad, you're sad, and you feel like something that once nourished you or helped fill your cup is just not there. So this is very much a card of sadness and sort of getting down into the emotional depths of your bad feelings, right? But this is the worst energy for you guys for the fire signs to work with this week. And the reason for that is because there's often a focus on what's going wrong or what you've lost or what's hurting you, instead of what remains after the loss, what can still nourish you, what can still pour into your cup. It's almost like choosing to stay sad after a proper period of mourning. That can come up with this card. Not always, but it's an opportunity to heal if you let it be, right? So there's some material manifestation of this energy, and that's why what you're guided to work with is in that pentacle suit, in the realm of physical lived experience. But it's stemming from some sadness that I feel like you're either not acknowledging, which is causing it to linger, or you're dwelling on it past the point that you've sort of processed it. Maybe because it's become your status quo or what you're comfortable with, but it's because you're not allowing that sadness to be its own thing unto itself, and something that you can acknowledge and experience and learn from and therefore move on from. Instead, I feel like you're identifying with it, and it's time to stop. That's basically what I'm getting here, is it's time to stop. And your ally for that is found in the Empress. And this could be saying, like, sit down and have a really good talk with your mom, because this is the mother, the universal mother archetype. If you don't have a great relationship with your mom, you can look to a maternal or nurturing figure. It doesn't have to be female, just anyone that you feel is very good at sort of like holding you and supporting you, and helping to nurture your growth. This could very well be a sign that you need to mother yourself, regardless of whether you have a good relationship with your mom or not, because the Empress is all about experiencing abundance through having your growth nurtured, through a loving energy meant to guide you and kind of help you go from seed to sprout to plant, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's very straightforward. It's very like you guys need someone to help you feel seen and loved and valid, and like, even though there may be a struggle emotionally that you're dealing with, that doesn't make you any less awesome than what you are. And someone who can just kind of hold space for you. I really feel like there's a need to reflect, but also ask yourselves what makes you feel secure and comfortable and nourished, both physically and spiritually. And by asking yourselves those questions and really doing the work to bring that energy in, you're gonna help yourself get over this feeling of like, I can't have it, there's not enough, I'm not worthy, they don't want me type of energy. By working with the Empress, by letting her be your energetic ally, you'll help to actually learn the lesson that this Five of Pentacles is trying to bring to you guys this week. And your energetic enemy is found in the Seven of Swords. So it's really interesting because this is sort of the theme or energy for the collective this week overall, but specifically for the fire signs, you guys are not meant to hold things back this week. This is really a week for you guys to express yourself, because the Seven of Swords is normally about secrets, like holding information until it's like most advantageous to reveal your cards, if that makes sense. But this is working against you releasing that emotional blockage or painful experience that you're dwelling on. So you guys really need to talk it out with someone that you feel loves you and is like focused on your well-being. You know, not someone who you're like questioning their motives, or like, can I trust them? Are they gonna gossip? None of that is gonna help you. Be very, very certain about who you are sharing your struggles with this week. And even if you don't have a physical person that's coming to mind who you think can serve that role for you, you can always journal, you can always pray. You can set up a camera or your phone and just vent as if you were talking to someone, and then record it and like play it back and sort of see yourself from a third person's perspective. That can be very, very helpful. Anything that's going to help you actually get out in a way that can be reviewed, your feelings and sense of lack, because holding it in is not going to actually help you process it. So let's see what your affirmation is for the week. So for the fire signs, this is perfect. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So I'm going to read that again. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So fire signs, when you guys are connected to your joyful presence, you attract support from the universe. So this week, it's really about, I'm hearing like rekindle or respark a connection with someone who loves you and is normally focused on helping you in some way, that you may have sort of let die down, or like just not been focusing on nurturing and feeding that connection and that relationship since you've been in this like Five of Cups, focusing on what is causing you heartache and pain rather than what remains and what's still there for you. So yeah, I feel like for a lot of the fire signs, there's probably somebody in your life that you're thinking of, or even a spiritual practice or modality that kind of serves as that Empress energy for you, that you've been a little bit distant from as of late. But this week is a really good time to sort of rekindle and re-strengthen that connection in order to make sure it doesn't like fall away permanently, and that all parties involved can be nourished by it. So your personal power card this week is I am perceptive. So remember how I was saying be very careful about who you are sharing your struggles with this week. You don't want to be hesitant or unsure of their integrity or their intentions. That really is in alignment with I am perceptive. On this card, there is a young woman, and there's like a spider web tattoo above her eye, and there's a spider web in the foreground. And what do spiders do? They nourish and feed themselves by casting a web, building a web, and then when something gets in that web, they know by the vibrations, right? Those signals being sent from, you could say, the feelers that they've put out via their web. So your power this week, fire signs, is really just like sort of reading the room and trusting the vibes that you're picking up from people and situations and yourself. If you can tell that your mood is dropping, or something is starting to make you feel low or sort of withdrawn, trust those vibes and act on them for your greatest good, for your highest and best. Because you do have the intuitive capability and like the spiritual receivers, like antenna, to understand the energetics playing out around you, even if you can't put it into words. So trust that energy, trust that knowing that you're getting from people. And when you get the sense or the vibe that you can open up to someone and someone is trustworthy and able to help you heal, act on that and trust that person and open up really and truly, because this is about connection, right? Let's go back to your affirmation card. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So by just connecting to the present moment and trusting your intuition, that Empress energy, that modality or person, whatever it is for you, fire signs, that's going to become clear. But first you have to kind of open up to be receptive, and then get your head out of the past and stop worrying about the future and just focus on the now and the present and the intentions that you're working with, and what you need is going to be brought to you. Okay, so I hope that that was helpful for the fire signs this week. If anybody is interested in a personal reading, you can go to my website, writingwithtarot.com, and you can purchase a spread, or you can DM me on Instagram or through the contact form on my website if you have any questions or anything that you need clarified. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you want to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you are a water, earth, or air sign, stay tuned because those videos are coming up, and I will see you guys on the next Spiritual Sunday. Have a good one.